East Orange, Newark, all these other towns that the properties are not as expensive or have more value, or they have more value on the properties. If that's you, today we're gonna talk about it. Is this a myth or is this real? Like, you feel like you just pay premiums just because you live in this neighborhood. Alright, let me just repeat again. Do you feel like you pay premiums just because you live in Montclair, Glenridge, or this how to say, more expensive properties? So if that's how you're feeling, so I'll talk about it. At the end of this, you're gonna know exactly why is the difference, and if you're really feeling they paying premium for. Alright, let's dive in. Alright, perfect. Let's understand a little bit more about the bathroom remodeling. So for that, I'm gonna take example 3 projects. I'm gonna take this right here, which is in Glenridge, New Jersey. I'm gonna take also what is the other project? What is the other one I just pulled out? I'm sorry, I thought I have everything ready. Oh, this other bathroom that is in Lakewood, New Jersey. Bootleg, I think is this town. With this bathroom. So we got this one right here. We got this one right here. I'm sorry, I have so many tabs in here. What was this? Okay, I have this. Alright, and also we have another bathroom that is in East Orange. Look at this right here. This is in East Orange, New Jersey. It's one of the most common bathrooms in that neighborhood. Alright, let's type in and let's see what could be the main difference. Alright, so you see right here, let me just put a side by side so we can compare together. What I may look like. I'm gonna just make it a little smaller right here. Come on. I cannot make it smaller. Alright, let me see if I can move it on this side. Alright, if you see right here, tile work right here. This right here is East Orange. The one to the right is East Orange. The one to the left right here, it's in Glenridge. Alright, so you see right here is the tile itself. You know what, let's pull out this other one from here. Where was it? Right here. Now let's compare with this to make, I think, will be more fair. Alright. I don't need to feel that it's not fair comparing one to the other. Alright, right here. If you see right here, this right here is in bathroom. Not all the bathrooms, some of the bathrooms in this orange, right? So I want to make sure that there is a full transparency, because we don't price in this orange much better and much expensive than Montclair. And what at the end comes up is to selections and to how to install it and how deep you want to go into remodeling. Alright, let's just compare a couple of things before we get there. If you see right here, this right here is ceramic tile. This right here is ceramic tile. This vanity right here is a bigger vanity, and yep, it's more premium vanity. This right here is more basic vanity. If you check this vanity price, this is more like a $150, $200. If you check this vanity price, which we're gonna go to the budget in a minute, it's more like a $2,000 vanity. You see right here, $200, $2,000. Right there, you pay more money on the vanity. Let's go to the faucet. This faucet right here is probably like $80 faucet. This faucet right here is more about $400 faucet. You see that? And selection is one thing, and also the scope of work we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about it in a few minutes. All right. Now next one is the medicine cabinet. This is very basic medicine cabinet right here, and it's not resistant to the wall. So the medicine cabinet is more like $100, $80, something like that. This mirror is about $250 each. The way it looks also does not have medicine cabinet, but medicine cabinet that, you know, resistant, it could be easy $1,000. Alright, or $500, $600, somewhere in there. Coolers are somewhere into same size, probably into $500, $600. I think $550, $600 from cooler, same size. Same thing with the toilet. If you go around in here, here is a toilet. This toilet here is about $600 toilet. This right here is $80 toilet. Same thing, we go with porcelain tile. This is the porcelain tile right here. It's about the floor. Floor is about $2-3 per square foot. This right here is about $10 per square foot. The way it looks, the way was built, you know, what was made. Now the wall porcelain tile, this is probably like $1.50 per square foot on this bathroom, and this right here is more like $8 per square foot. So all of the details that really come down. Now one more thing which I think is very important to notice is the shower body. The shower body in here. See that right up there? It's just a shower rain, and it's the controller plus, you know, the pot filler. That set right here is probably $250 max, or maybe $160 on this other bathroom. On this other bathroom, in this other bathroom right here, it is more. This right here. Now instead of just showing, how about let's just go to the budget and see what actually price look like. Let's just see from here. Look at that. That right there. To compare it to this right here, if you see right here, there is only one thing. This one has a transfer valve, has a handheld, and also it is made from solid brass. So all of those things really add up to the price. And to make it easy, I just open up another budget already built right here. So let's just see right here. This is shower body running with the bathroom. This is Castilla shower body, and let's find out what's the price. Right here is 1,500. Let's just find out what's a real price. You see right here, this was one of the bathrooms, right? Handheld, like the entire system. Now the other bathroom, the one I showed to you, was more simpler, something like this. Obviously it was different brand, so a little less expensive than this, but look at it. This is 317. This right here is 1,400. That's almost 3 times more expensive. So at the end, it's not really where is located your bathroom. It is, some of the price comes from selection. Now next thing, what's the next most important thing that I see usually in areas like East Orange? Don't do it. They don't really go full deep in renovation. When I say they don't go full deep in renovation, they don't completely upgrade the entire plumbing system. So sometimes they just facelift and basically you remove all the fixtures. They don't really move things around. You use the same existing plumbing so they can install the fixtures back then. So that will make less expensive, because let me share with you what the plumbing below the floor looks like. When you open up the walls, this is what you're getting behind. If you don't upgrade the entire plumbing, then it's gonna get less expensive. Now I gotta be open here and honest. I am up to, hey, when you're doing a bathroom remodeling, if you have all plumbing, remove it. Just upgrade it. If you don't have the money right now, save it and do it the right way. Now, not everybody believes that way, right? Which I respect, and that's right. But if you don't upgrade this, it's gonna get costly down the road. Now one thing is, not all this bathroom really gets as detail. So that's super important. That's super important to know. Now that being said, when it's done and finished, for example, right here, you cannot really see if the plumbing was upgraded or not. You know, that's kind of the way to make it less expensive. Some of the bathrooms. All right. Now, my son just called me up. My thought process kind of disappeared. All right. Now the best way to do bathroom remodeling is complete upgrade from a start, right? Complete plumbing update structurally to make sure 100%. Now there's one thing that's very important thing I wanna mention to you. This happens to me. I'm not an investment. I'm not a flipper. I had a little bit of opinion, or how my opinion about flipping was a little different until I went to seminar about, you know, flipping houses, and especially in neighborhoods like East Orange and Newark, you know, lower income neighborhood than in Montclair and others higher income neighborhoods. This is what I learned, and this is what I understood, and this happened to me. All right, I think last 2 years, I think about 2 years ago, we were a little bit slow on projects, so I had a bigger team, and to make them busier, and you know, so you know what, we do this for a living, and we know we can handle this. So I took over the project myself in East Orange. We completely renovated the entire house. We got out the entire plumbing, the entire electric, new installation, basically the entire house brand new from scratch. Fixed floors, leveled up floors, everything you imagine that we usually do for customers, we did it for ourselves for our project. Again, the whole idea was let's let's make a beautiful house, then put it on the market so we can recoup the investment. At the end, it's a win-win. So we took that project up, we renovated. Now, by the time we finished renovation on this project, we had spent $650,000. By the time we sold the property, we put it on the market, we had to let it go for $500,000. So that cost me $150,000 in loss. So I learned hard way. So I understood the neighborhoods like East Orange, where you know the houses doesn't really get as value. If you go as deep with complete upgrade, you're not unable to recoup the money. So if you're planning to sell the property in the short term, probably upgrade the entire plumbing may not be the best idea. Again, you're not able to recoup the investment. That's not all the time, but it could be an option. So that's what I said. This part right here, I used to be very against flipping the houses because I thought they just making it run so they can get as much profit. But once I went to the seminar, I understood that in the neighborhood, you can't just really go and over renovate it in properties where the value of the house is not there. So, not pointing fingers to the contractor or to the homeowner for this bathroom. It's just more understanding how much they can invest in the property. So more they invest, sometimes they cannot recoup that investment, and that could be one of the reasons the bathroom in East Orange cannot really get a full update plumbing, full update electric, and most of the times they don't go choosing the most nicest fixtures in the market because of the value of the properties in that bathroom. Sometimes they not pay back. So that right there, it is my knowledge about it. So at the end, if you will be doing the entire plumbing system, the entire electric is just like it shows right here, you're gonna pay the same amount East Orange, Montclair, or any other neighborhoods, because the work is the same, the material will be costed the same, either for one bathroom or for other bathroom. Now, when it comes to the selection, it will be up to you what you want to select. How nice do you want your bathroom to look like. So all of those things at the end will be up to you, up to your choice. So that can make the bathroom more expensive, less expensive. Now, it is a myth that because you are in the neighborhood you pay premium. Not necessary. But what I will do say is that if you live in Montclair and the money you put in your property, you're gonna able to recoup back. As in East Orange, you may not able to recoup the investment for a bathroom remodeling. If you keep it for a long term and you don't have no problems, I would suggest you to do the right way. Spend the extra if you're gonna keep the property. If it's gonna be it's your house and whatever that looks like. But if you're trying to invest, then you have to be more budget conscious. Alright, that's right there my knowledge about flipping properties, and now I have better understanding of what's the reason that some of these companies they do flips, they can't really go full renovations in most of these properties. And I find out this one more thing is I find out, for example, any bathroom we do, we 100% strongly suggest let's do full renovation like this. The ratio for that is make it right, spend once, you don't have to worry about for the years to come. You spend less, you don't do the plumbing upgrade completely. For example, we're doing a kitchen right now. When they did the bathroom, they didn't upgrade the entire plumbing. So as we're doing the kitchen right now, we had to upgrade the plumbing. Now this customer saved money as he was doing, and this was not in East Orange. This was actually in South Orange. the neighborhood around here. They update they did the bathroom remodeling, but they never updated the plumbing system below. So now we're doing the kitchen. Now we have to update that because we don't want this all plumbing in there. I think for that I may want to show that. Let me show if I can show that picture. So to make it easy for you to understand. Let me see if I can pull out that picture and you can really have a better picture of what that may look like. I think we did another video about it, by the way, a few days ago, about what the old plumbing may look like. Can't find it. Cannot find it. And I cannot find it. But anyway, so the old plumbing was still there once we did the guard out. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like I find it, I can show it to you guys. Just a lot of pictures like that. A lot of pictures on that chat. But basically, this is what we find behind the wall. On the bathroom. Bathroom was on the second floor. The kitchen will be on the first floor. You don't really want to leave something like this above the kitchen because it's gonna leak and it's gonna ruin the new kitchen. All right. I hope I was able to bring or answer the question. Does it East Orange versus Montclair? You pay premiums just because you live in the neighborhood. So the short answer is you do not. You select less expensive material, you discope the work, and you do not go full renovation. And that's most of the project happens in East Orange. Alright, instead of Montclair, you can go full in there because you're gonna able to recoup the investment. As in other towns, you may not recoup the investment. Alright, you have a wonderful day. I have one more appointment to get. So you guys take care, and thank you so much for the support and for letting me share with you a little bit of my knowledge and make your renovation more smooth. So if you know, oops, I gotta take my son to school. If you guys have somebody that needs to know more about this,